So I'll go ahead and start my recording, and we're going to jump into a queue. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is also being streamed live to Twitch, twitch.tv/BawkAU. Let's go into traditional draft. Just enough gems. Let's get going. Okay, I've not played with Bolas' Citadel yet in Limited. Doesn't seem amazing. Seems like you kind of have to build around it, build around the life loss stipulation, which you can't really do in Limited. But there are still some good cards in this pack. There's an Ob Nixilis' Cruelty. There's a Rel's Outburst, both which are great. The Outburst is a better card, but it's much more restrictive on the mana, obviously. So I think I would prefer to start with a card like the Cruelty. I do like black in this format as well. I mean, I like all the Grixis colors, so I would be happy with either one. I'm fine with building around Rel's Outburst as well, but I'm just going to start with the Cruelty. It's just going to be more consistently good for me. Narset is not bad. Planeswalkers are just all generally pretty good. And nothing else in this pack really catches my eye anyway. It's a pretty easy Planeswalker. Ashiok I've been pretty happy with in this format. It's just puts such a fast clock on your opponents if they can't get rid of it. If you have multiples, you can just build your entire deck around it and be pretty happy. Callous Dismissal is also better than it looks. I like Spark Harvest as well. It's a pretty easy Ashiok, in my opinion. Here, you can take a Callous Dismissal. Spellgorger Weird is pretty good if I wanted to pivot into red, but I don't think I need to right now, but I can just take a Callous Dismissal. If I end up blue-red, you know, I'm still going to be happy to have this Dismissal, even though I'll miss the Spellgorger Weird, so it's not like the end of the world if I end up going red. I can take another Planeswalker. It's probably my best bet. Nothing else in this pack excites me. Transmutation's fine. I like Shadow Fugue in this format also because it's pretty slow, but I think I'd rather start with the Transmutation. Works pretty well with what we got going already. This card has been annoyingly good against me, and I'm convinced that it's actually pretty good in this format. I don't think I'm taking it though. I think I'd rather have something like a Kiora's Dambreaker. Good top end card that works well with all my Planeswalkers. Totally Lost is playable also. I do not like Skytheater Strix, however. I mean, I can take it, probably not play it. This is traditional draft, so maybe I want to side it in some matchups. And I mean, every card I've taken so far, besides the Dambreaker, is non-creature, so I can turn it on pretty reliably. Stealth Mission, I don't think I'm playing. Probably not playing Sorin's Thirst either, but never know. The question is, do I want to just take the Invading Masticore in case I do end up in blue-red? My only black card is the Cruelty. I think I like that better than taking a Sorin's Thirst, which you have to be very heavy black for, and playing against a deck where it's going to be good. Charity Extractor I don't mind, No Escape I don't mind. Grim Initiate I might play if I'm in red. I'll just take the No Escape because I know I'm going to be blue. None of these cards are great. Aid the Fallen will be good though if I'm in black. Crushed Descent is playable. Some people I know don't like it, but I think it's fine. Probably not playing any of these. Definitely not playing this. Teferi. Well, this card's fine, but let's see, what do I have sorcery-wise that would be good? Basically nothing besides this. I can take Flux Channeler, which works decently with my Planeswalkers. I really like Spellkeeper Weird. What do we have for removal right now? I guess Aid the Fallen, Callous Dismissal, Cruelty, Crushed Descent, technically you can get back, but it's not going to be as great. Alternatively, we can take something like Jaya's Greeting, which is probably better than all these cards, and I still have the option to be red, even though I'm leaning towards black as a primary color right now. It's also, I guess, splashable, but I probably wouldn't want to splash it at this point. So this is actually a tough pick. I'm leaning towards Spellkeeper Weird, just because I know I'm base blue, and it will probably end up being pretty good in my deck. I just like that it's a big, cheap blocker to keep my Planeswalkers healthy early in the game, and later in the game it can buy back some good stuff. Ooh, there's another Obnixilis Cruelty. Looks like a pretty easy pick here. Another shot at a Flux Channeler, or Jaya's Greeting, but now I'm even more leaning towards black, so I'm probably just going to take Flux Channeler. We've got 3 Planeswalkers at the moment, I believe, all of which it'll work pretty well with. So another Dambreaker, another top-end finisher kind of card. I think I'm okay with taking that. Now I can pretty safely take out the red. Even Eternal I'm a fan of. I also like Toll of the Invasion. That's actually an interesting pick. Even Eternal puts 2 bodies in play, which I like for the Planeswalkers, but I really like that Toll of the Invasion is disruptive. I should probably just take the Even Eternal, though. I like the ability to make 2 bodies. Flying blocker. It just seems like it's all going to be good stuff for me. Take another Aid the Fallen, or a Vampire Opportunist, which I don't love, but it's a cheap blocker. I would rather have something like a Wall of Runes probably than a Vampire Opportunist, but so do I just take Wall of Runes and pass up on the second Aid the Fallen? I'll be happy with the Aid the Fallen if I end up with like a second Ashiok, something like that. It could be pretty good. I think I'm just going to start with Wall of Runes, so I'm building a control deck and I like having cheap blockers. Another Aid the Fallen. I also like Teferi's Time Twist with all these Planeswalkers. Augur of Bolas, let's see what's our count right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's decent. It can't find Planeswalkers, unfortunately, but it's another cheap blocker. We don't have any, we only have the Wall of Runes as a cheap blocker. I don't count the Sky Theater Strix, which I'm still probably not going to play, but I think it's worth taking the Augur here. I'm going to get some more instants and sorceries. Alright, but here I'm going to pass up on the Augur and probably take Tidebearer Giant. Even though I have 2 6s already, I just love this card. You can't have too many expensive cards in this format. Maturity Extractor is good blocker. Unlikely Aid, good sideboard card. Shadow Fugue, I might play main deck. Ghost Form, I guess, is a sideboard card. Okay, I like where we're at right now. Well, hello. I'm glad that we're still in black, because we get rewarded here with a Bitter Blossom. It's a pretty easy pick, but there's some really good cards in this pack for us. We might even wheel something like a Tidebearer Giant. Not that I would probably play a second one at this point, but it's pretty nice all the same. Nothing I really want here. I guess I can take an Ashiok Skulker, even though I'm probably not going to play it. It's probably a little bit better than the Behemoth, so I might as well. I'm not playing a second No Escape, so... Alright, well here's another shot at Toll the Invasion. I'll pretty happily pick that up here. Guild Globe. I'm not splashing anything, am I? Not. It could maybe splash. No, I wouldn't want to splash any of these cards. There's nothing else I really want out of this pack, though. I can take, like, Finisher. What does that do for me? Not much. I don't have anything that can, like, ping for free. None of my Planeswalkers do that. So I guess I'll just take something like Spark Reaper. What's my creature count right now? 1, 2, 3. We don't have very many. 4, 5, 6, plus the expensive stuff. So this isn't going to be great in my deck, but we do have a few ways to amass also, I guess. 2-3 for 3 is also not the end of the world. It also sacks Planeswalkers for what it's worth. Sure, I'll take it. Totally lost. Decent chance I play that. Sorin's Thirst, fine, I'll take one. I don't really have use for Interplanar Beacon. Sideboard the Sorin's Thirst against aggro. I like Price of Betrayal a lot as a sideboard card, so I'll happily take that here against opposing Planeswalkers. Shriek the Driver, I might side in. I don't think I'm ever going to play 2 Shadow Fugues, even in the slow matchups. Yep, as expected, we wheel some good stuff. I think I'd rather have the Transmutation over the second Tide Bearer, because we already have 3 6-drops. Never have too much removal. Alright, I guess I will take another Shadow Fugue. Teferi's Time Twist, maybe sideboard, maybe main deck, we'll find out. Alright, my deck ended up being not as busted as I thought, but we still have a pretty good deck. Let's change here. We've got to cut 5 cards. Crush Descent is pretty easy first. Behemoth. Aether Falling can go to the sideboard. All the Planeswalkers are obviously staying. Sky Theater Strix, I think I'm going to cut. How many creatures are we left with here? 11? That's pretty good. Plus we've got a couple of mass cards, so those technically count as creatures. Let's do an augur count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's acceptable. Let's figure out my last cut. The reason I checked is just to see if I can afford to cut maybe another instant or sorcery, but I don't think I want to. Maybe the Spark Reaper is the least impactful card here. I guess Charity Extractor is another one. I can just side it in if I need to. It does fill the curve pretty nicely. Maybe I just cut Wall of Runes. We ended up not being as all in on Protect the Queen with Planeswalkers as I thought we would be. Again, I can just side this in against a hyper aggro deck, but it's not going to be super important for us to have like a 1 mana blocker. This format's not that fast. So then the only other question is, do I want something like Unlikely Aid instead of maybe Charity Extractor? I like that this can save creatures from removal spells, but we can consider that post-board, I think, if our opponent's on a removal-heavy deck. And the other thing is, my mana, am I okay with 9-8? Looks okay to me. We're pretty heavily in blue. Maybe we can get away with 10-7. The only double blue card we have is Narset. All of our black cards, well, besides the Dreadhorde Invasion, we want to have that on turn 2 as much as possible. So that's a reason to have more swamps than we might need. But I'm pretty strongly considering just going to 10-7 anyway. I think we'll just roll with it as is. We can adjust once we have a better idea of how our deck plays. So one thing I wanted to do quickly is jump over to YouTube and see if I can post some kind of update. Maybe that's not possible. Well, I know it's possible, I just don't know how to do it. Well, I probably should have figured that out before I started streaming, but in any case, whoops, get that out of there. We'll be on the play. Alright, see, this would have been nice to have an extra an extra island, but this is still a keep. Turn 3 Ashiok on the play is going to be pretty nice. If our opponent doesn't play a 2-drop, they could lose this game in short order. Or Screecher. Okay. Well, it only has 1 power. Let's start with Ashiok. And just get this train rolling. Oops. They're playing 3 color. Hopefully nothing too big and scary. Okay. Okay, so they can hit Ashiok down to 1, so if I activate her this turn, I'm going to lose her. But I can go Flux Channeler, and then just pass, and then next turn I can play Narset to proliferate onto Ashiok to get an extra activation out of her before she dies. And then if I happen to find some kind of 2 mana, maybe a Kasmina's Transmutation, I can maybe keep her around for longer. Gateway Plaza. Hopefully nothing else. What's this now? Floating all this mana. Okay, well, that's a lot of flyers. Let's start with Narset. Proliferate onto Ashiok. Let's go ahead and activate Narset. Take Totally Lost. Starting to flood out a little bit too much. So I think I use Ashiok here. I guess if they play a spell, they can kill both my walkers. 25 cards in library. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. There's a good chance I lose them both anyway, no matter what I do. We're gonna have to look deep in my sideboard here for some anti-flying tech. Bring in that Skytheater Strix for sure. I don't know if I ended up with the Saheeli Silverwing, but that's the kind of card I would like to bring in this situation. I guess their best play at this point would be 2 at Narset, 1 at Ashiok, yeah. So now I can't even use that Narset again. She's just kind of sitting there. Jeez, come on deck. Although technically I guess I could proliferate with Flux Channeler. So maybe my play is just Totally Lost and then activate Narset now, just to make sure I get an extra use out of her. So let's put the Strix on top. And just cash her in. Okay, I like both of those. Unfortunately, we're putting a lot of good creatures on the bottom, but oh well. Man, a few too many lands. So by my count, we've drawn only lands this game. The only other spells I found have been off of Narset activations. Pegasus, sure. Probably just gonna kill that right now. Flying Army. nice 10 turns ago. What am I looking for here? Just something big? I don't know. Come on, stop with the flyers. Wish I had something to proliferate onto. Scry. Yeah, get out of here, land. Okay, that's a good draw. It's probably going to put some more good stuff on the bottom. Yep. Of course. I'm just going to do this now. If I draw another spell, I'll be able to proliferate onto the Amass dude as well. Not loving this spot. Interesting. Forgot that my opponent was playing green. Let's see what else they've showed us. Rally of Wings. Oh no. Okay, Spellkeeper Weird was a good draw, assuming it survives the turn. Surprised my opponent is holding back also. Okay, leaving back one more Screecher. Nope. Okay. Good lord. Okay, that was a good draw too. What do I have that I can get back? Cruelty, totally lost. So let's throw this on a War Screecher. Proliferate onto the zombie. Oh no. Okay, so I'm gonna have to respond to that. Sack the Spellkeeper Weird, get back Cruelty. And at this point I just have to kill the War Screecher. There's just too much falling power coming at me. I still get to proliferate twice, so I got that going for me. They get to make a 1/1. Still not in love with my position. This will basically just trade for Huatli's Raptor, or they just take it. Did I leave myself dead? I can block the 2 ground guys and take 4 in the air. Now I might be dead. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's not lethal. If I find a Callous Dismissal, I can win. Send them all, send them all. Skulker. That's not going to get it done. Okay, well my opponent is all in on the flying aggro plan. What can I do about that? Bring in Sky Theater Strix. This doesn't do anything. Sorin's Thirst doesn't do quite enough. Shriek Diver can block some stuff. What do I not want? Spark Reaper, no. It's too slow against them. Do I want Toll the Invasion? Probably, because if I'm able to snipe a Rally of Wings or something, I can maybe buy myself some time. I gotta make one more cut. Probably Charity Extractor, which doesn't do anything on the ground for me. Do I want Unlikely Aid? Probably not. Also, I totally forgot about this Aid the Fallen. Do I actually want that in this deck? My feeling is no. But I'm not sure if that's right. Because they didn't really have any removal for my guys. It can buy back Planeswalkers, but... and I guess Flyers if I'm trading off, but I don't think it's going to be that good in this matchup overall. But I'll be on the play. Alright, Sands a keep. I don't know if maybe Shriek Driver is not the best because they showed me multiple War Screechers. Yeah, come to think of it, that was probably not the best. I think I just lead off with Toll the Invasion. Kasmina can come down next turn. Or no, 2 turns from now. It's probably still best to just take it, because that's going to be annoying. I can deal with Grateful Apparition, and Divine Arrow is not as good when I know about it. I am willing to trade my Shriek Diver for Grateful Apparition. Yeah, I had a feeling he wouldn't accept. Good thing I took that Kasmina, because otherwise he'd get to proliferate right away onto it. So, he can Callous Dismissal now, or Divine Arrow rather. I don't think I want to use Callous Dismissal just yet. I'm just going to drop my 5-drop. No attacks. Skulker could win me the game by itself, but I do have to be mindful of this Divine Arrow now. I have to put myself in a situation where you can't, like, put 1 damage on it from a creature and then... Okay. Well, I'm certainly blocking that Apparition. Okay. Well, this is going to work out okay for me. Let's go ahead and bounce... how do I want to do this? Yeah, let's bounce War Screecher. And then send everybody at Johnny, so we can't save it. He can proliferate onto his Apparition if he wants, but I'm going to get to buy back a removal spell to deal with that. Okay, fair enough. Things gonna get big. It's not gonna be that big of a problem though. Sure. I like how it doesn't let me auto pass because of the Shriek Diver's ability and my 1 open mana. Okay, that's not a bad draw either. Pretty sure I just want to buy back the Apparition, or buy back the Dismissal, targeting the Apparition. I'm doing it now because I want to amass onto my token so I can get through that Raptor. He does still have that Divine Arrow going, but I'm going to send everybody... Whoop, not the Shriek Diver. Okay, this is acceptable. He's going to take 3. No need to use the transmutation just yet. See if he presents some kind of better target for it. The Huatley's Raptor is pretty much not threatening to me right now in any way. Or the worst creature. Has vigilance. That's right, I forgot about that. Not a problem. Okay. So that's probably going to be my target for removal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we would be able to load up and kill this Skulker. So my best plan here is probably just get rid of that. Go unblockable. I'm going to take this kind of an aggressive route here. I'm not taking too much damage on the way back, just, what, 4? And I get rid of his apparition. He can activate a Screecher, I guess, but... that's really annoying. So now I'm probably just going to have to block Shriek Diver. Yeah, this ended up being the worst possible outcome. The opponent's deck is going to be very hard to deal with. This looks like a loss already. Okay, Bolas gives me a chance. Perfect. Let's just get that out of here right now. Send in for 3. I might be able to win this race. Yeah, that was actually a pretty ideal sequence, all considered. Might as well send in the Raptor. Yeah, I figure this will be his best bet. Send with those two. I'm still going to block. If he wants to activate a Screecher, that's fine by me. I take 2. Okay, I gotta think now. I'm taking currently 4 damage, or 5. I might just have to not play this Dreadhorde Invasion. Unfortunately, I'm just too low now. I can send with the Skulker. He goes to 5. What can I draw that would kill him? Unlikely Aid. That's not in my deck. Ugh. I think I just have to pass. Kinda sucks. If this was just a generic ground blocker, I might have had an okay chance here, but as is, I'm taking 2. Okay. Now I can send at least. My plan is just to chump block the Huatley's Raptor. So I either have to draw a flying blocker, removal spell. If there was a way to pump my creature's power by 2, that would be nice. This is my only recourse. Yep, it's not going to get it done. Alright, well, my opponent's deck was tailor-made to to counter my game plan, unfortunately. My deck is, yeah, just wasn't solid. So let's see, the way this is set up, I need to go 3-1 to break even on gems. No problem. 3 wins in a row, I've done that plenty of times. think this is a keep. If there's no land in the top 3 cards of my library, I probably lose, but what are the odds of that? Famous last words. Ashiok, that's not bad. Opponent's being friendly, I'll do the same. Okay. Alright, there's that land. I'm most likely going to lead off with Aben Eternal. Jeez, okay. Probably gonna block Zombie Token with Eternal, depending on what he does. That's not true. I'd probably just take 2. I'd rather have the 2/2 in play to blank these 2. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I think I do need to just make this trade now. Keep this 1/1 around, I can proliferate onto it later or whatever. Okay, that's not a bad draw. What's my best bet here? So this doesn't have Death Touch itself. So I can just play Spellkeeper Weird, hold off his ground game completely. I think I like that plan. Shadow Fugue would be the more mana efficient option, but I want to wait until he has only 2 cards in hand, if possible. Okay. It's fine. I mean, I'm taking some damage, but he's not really pressuring me too badly. Okay, so now I can cast 2 spells if I want to Callous Dismissal. Don't really want to bounce any of his guys, but that 3/3 is being pretty annoying. But he can have a 1/1. And this way I could actually play Ashiok and protect it. I think I like getting that going. I'm just going to pass. Okay. Yep. That is fine. Opponent's not playing lands, but I'm not complaining. Let's go down. 20 cards in the library. So do I just like play Spark Reaper? It would be nice to hold up No Escape. I could just pass and then block one thing. Ashiok goes to 1. No, I think I want to keep protecting her loyalty for now. He can send in his token to deal 1, which I can't really stop right now. Okay, so now my plan is just to trade zombies. Ashiok is gonna, well, do I want to just lose Ashiok and keep my zombie around for another turn? Because next turn I could toll the invasion and blank his zombie. Alright, Ashiok, I love you, but you've done your job. Okay, cool, land was good, because now I'm just gonna toll the invasion, see what's going on in there. Okay, yeah, get Nicol Bolas out of here. I think. Yeah. I don't want to risk anything going weird here. I wish I could see what their mana situation was. I think it's 2 swamps, Mountain Island. As much as I would love to. So at best he can play Ashiok Skulker next turn. So do I want to just get on the board? Because No Escape is still going to be able to hit one of these big things. Although actually, no. The far superior plans to pass and hope he draws a land. Yes, because now we get to just obliterate him. Counter this, and then Davriel's Shadow Fugue away his 2 6-drops. Charity Extractor, no thanks. Kabam. That was pretty nice. Now we're in a pretty commanding position, assuming he doesn't draw something insane. Okay, I can get back a Callous Dismissal. It's not the end of the world. So I guess my plan is just Spark Reaper then. I'm not going to play the Flux Chandler because if he goes for Callous Dismissal, I'm just going to sack my army in response. Yep. It's fine. Or is he going to target the Spark Reaper? Yeah, he's got to go for that. So he does not get to amass, I believe. Okay. That was a good draw. There's not really a point in playing Flux Chandler first because there's nothing to proliferate onto yet. So let's just start with Narset. See what we hit. Sure. Now we can play Flux Chandler. Okay, that was a good draw. Augur. Alright, might as well see what that finds me. Cruelty, sure. Let's Narset. 4 lands go on the bottom. I actually am okay with that. Do I want to do anything else? I can send a Kasmina with my Spark Reaper. No, there's not much reason to do that. Just pass the turn with my instance up. I'll let that happen. How many cards they have? 14. Let's just bounce one of their tokens. Oh, I see, my opponent messed up. They accidentally discarded even the Eternal whatever guy. Okay, so what did I see from them? We saw Kasmina, we saw Nicol Bolas, so I do think I want this Price of Betrayal. Saw a lot of zombie token creation. Crushed Descent is actually probably pretty good against him because he has a lot of expensive cards. Charity Extractor didn't seem amazing. No Escape is good. Totally Lost might not be amazing. I like Totally Lost in combination with Ashiok though. Maybe a Transmutation. I didn't see a ton of creatures that are must answer. Just a lot of like value stuff. I guess there's like the 6 drops that he showed me. But I have counters for those. I have Dovin. I still have ways to answer them, I think. So I think I'm okay with this. And actually don't mind being on the draw too much against him. Or her. I'm not gonna stereotype. Keep. His hand does nothing, I love it. Opponent is memeing me. Oh no. Oh man. Why are cheap flyers so good against my deck? Oof. Okay. Well, I can play Ashiok and then I just lose her right away. I think I just pass and then Cruelty something. Probably the Even Eternal. Unless he plays something better. Okay, Dovin's not bad. Say, Skyfeeder Strix can't deal damage. Next turn I can Ashiok plus. No! Stop. Alright, get rid of Swamp. Well, that was possibly the best possible draw. Goodbye, Nicobolus. Whew! That is a big load off my back. Let's play Ashiok. Mill him. We milled some more great cards. Jeez. That was like the best series of turns I've seen in this format. So he can knock Dovin down to 1. Okay. Land would be good. I would like to Tide Bearer Giant here. Yep, Dovin's at 1. Cool. There's a land. Giant. Flux Chandler, that's pretty interesting. So let's mill. Then I think I actually don't. No, I need to target the Strix, because if he plays a spell, he'll be able to kill my Ashiok. I don't want that. Thunder Drake, fine. That does nothing because he has no spells in his yard. I'm just going to block the Giant. Ashiok goes to 2. Okay, so now we go ahead and mill. that yard. Let's play Flux Channeler, and then bounce the Thunder Drake and proliferate. So currently he cannot kill Ashiok. He can send everything and she takes 1, but okay. 13 cards. I might be able to deck in this game. Another Ashiok would be a decent draw. Okay. That's interesting. So he's actually going to thin his deck a little bit more. But the Sky Theater Strix is going to be able to take down Tamiyo now, or Ashiok. I think I'm probably losing this game. Another Ashiok would be a nice draw. I didn't bring in Aid the Fallen, did I? Probably should have. Kept 1 on top, 3 on bottom. Ashiok goes away. Skulker, huh? 11 cards in my library. Yeah, I don't think that they're going to be milling unless I happen to draw my Ashiok. Yep, there's really not much more I can do this turn. And they still have so many cards in their hand, too. Yep. Yeah, I'm in rough shape here. Okay, of course. So I'm just on a 2-turn clock here. I have to find removal or something. Well, that qualifies as removal. The problem now is their Spellkeeper, where you can get back Spark Harvest. So I don't think there's really much I can do at all. I need to just pass the turn. I can kill the Thunder Drake. Resolves. I guess I actually have to kill the Skulker instead, because I might be able to find a chump blocker for the Thunder Drake. Proliferate, because why not? Oops. But of course he still has that Spark Harvest available to kill whatever. Yep, that is game. Game 3. So they have some flyers I have to worry about. So I do want this Kasmina's Transmutation after all. I think I do want Aid the Fallen. Problem is I like all of my cards, I don't know what to cut. Spark Reaper again. Totally Lost, no. I like Totally Lost. Maybe on the play I don't need the Transmutation. I just got kind of tempoed out there. Teferi's Time Twist maybe to reset a Planeswalker, but no, I don't think so. I think on the play I'll have a little bit more control over the board. Don't need to overreact because we lost a specific way. I'll play. Well, Dreadhorde Invasion on the play is often a recipe for victory. Even though these dam breakers are effectively a mold of 5, this is one of the best mold of 5s I've ever seen. We even get to amass here, because why not? All these cards I can't draw. I mean, I could even lose this game. Let's send just the Even Eternal. I'm not sending the zombie, I don't want to trade it right now. I want to get it up to 6 power as fast as possible, so I can get this lifelink ability. I don't anticipate this making it all the way to 6 counters, because they're probably going to bounce it before then or do something. Okay, that's fine. Discarded Spellkeeper weird, that's interesting. Some might even say it's weird. So let's chip in with the Kasmina. Probably just going to chump it. Yep. And no need to transmutation on a 2/2 with no abilities. I would love to have a Lazotep plating in this situation, because I think this game's just going to come down to if he's able to kill this this token. Yep. Attacking, interesting. Oh, Spark Harvest, gross. Yeah, if I had a Lazotep plating here, I'd probably win the game on the spot. Augur, okay. Well, I'll play Augur. Good news is, he's not really going to be able to pressure my life total very well. I'm going to take Price of Betrayal, just in case he draws like a Nicol Bolas or something. This will still have a counter on it. Oops, undo. Wait a second here. Oh no, I forgot about this ability. Okay, fair enough. I guess I pass. That might be a problem. This Totally Lost is going to be problematic. It's not going to be able to be castable for a long time. Yeah, this is actually kind of sketchy. Okay, let me think. I might just have to Price of Betrayal the Kasmina, or the, yeah, the Kasmina. And then you go Transmutation on the Skulker, and then Totally Lost that Thunderdrake. Yeah, that's rough. If he draws the Nicol Bolas now, I'm going to be really upset. In the meantime, I'm taking quite a bit of damage. I'm going to go to 7, then 6. If I can set up maybe a Dam Breaker to get an extra turn into the lifelink, that could end up being the difference. That's bad. Okay, that is another option later. I could do that right now. Get this up to 4. I can go block. What happens if he attacks with everybody? I can block 3 guys. Let the Thunderdrake hit me to 3, go to 2. And then if I draw land, I can proliferate onto the Dambreaker, or onto this thing. Yeah, I think I have to do that. Turn a creature. Callous Dismissal will also be an acceptable draw. If he has a removal spell, I just lose on the spot. Yep. Unfortunately, we played against 2 tempo flyer decks. Yeah, this doesn't even matter. Okay, good beats. Well, we get to 0-2 drop this draft, unfortunately. I really needed to break even here because I'm out of gems and coins now, so it's going to take me a while to build back up to another draft, but oh well. This was a good, it was mostly just a test for the stream, so I'll watch this back. I'm pretty sure it worked, but anyway, if you're watching this on Twitch, check out my YouTube channel, Austin Bach. If you're watching on YouTube, check out my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/BachAU. I'll probably try to figure out how to post updates on YouTube when I'm going live, so I don't get, 1 viewer, which I think is just me. But this is just a test stream anyway, so in any case, I'm going to call it here. So thanks for watching.